If everyone could remain standing for the national anthem, performed by the senior band and choir members. Good afternoon. Welcome to Antigo High School's 2017 graduation ceremony. My name is Bradley Weston, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies this afternoon. Now, please welcome Nikita Deep, Senior Class President.
Thank you, Bradley. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. On behalf of the class of 2017, I would like to formally welcome you to our graduation ceremonies this afternoon. Before I start or go deeper into my remarks, I'd first like to take a moment to thank the teachers and faculty here at the high school and indeed throughout the entire district. I'd like to recognize their impact on our lives because through their drive to educate, our teachers have taught us, most importantly, to love learning. The notable achievements that this class can be proud of is largely due to the support of our teachers, and we could not be more grateful. At this time, I would like to request all of you to join me in observing a moment of silence in memory of those who have departed us prematurely, our loved ones, our parents, our classmates. Thank you. Whether we find our solace in the theater or on the football field, whether we prefer to spend our winters on the ice or in the art room, I see a diverse group of interests before me, and therefore a diverse group of potentials. We're ready to become leaders of tomorrow, just like our motto says. We're ready to contribute back to our society and to our country and to our community, whether in the business and marketing realm, in the technical trades, the healthcare profession, in the courtroom, in the classroom, and everywhere in between. And some of us out here may have our whole lives planned out, semester by semester, year by year, or even decade by decade. But my friends, life is rarely so clean-cut. You never know what's ready to just pop out from behind the next door or what's ready around the next corner. It could be your whole exciting future. It could be your everything. Or it could be nothing. But either way, the most important thing is that you open that door and that you peek around that corner, is that you keep going, 1 foot at a time, 1 decision at a time, 1 day at a time. I read once that small and steady steps can be the most spectacular things because they move us, I believe, to the biggest and greatest places. And that takes courage. And I know that some of my fellow graduates before me, that they're here with heavy or exhausted or broken hearts, that they're tired of showing that courage. Yes, this class has been through a lot. To those of you who have lost family members, I'm sorry. To those of you who have lost friends, I'm sorry. And to those of you, and to any of you who have been battling demons over the last 4 years, my heart aches for you. But this is a strong class. This is a perseverant class, one which can demonstrate that by overcoming our obstacles, we remember the difference between history's boldest accomplishments and its most staggering failures is often simply the diligent will to persevere. We were still able to accomplish much, achieving both personal and collective goals and making a name for ourselves in the community. And from every step forward, like our smaller hometown achievements, comes a new torch of hope, the light that takes us further and further still as we chase our futures and realize our dreams. Yes, we remember and recognize that some of the most remarkable and breathtaking and outstanding things in the world have been accomplished by those who have kept on trying, by those who have kept on going when there seems to be no hope at all. Yes, I know that we have difficulties. We all do. And they will keep on coming. But how will we choose to deal with them? Or, better yet, how will we choose to conquer them? Yes, in making those decisions that I mentioned before, we'll make mistakes, and we'll keep making those mistakes. But how will we choose to avoid those errors next time? Or, better yet, how will we choose to learn from them? If there's anything this class can show the world, it's that courage never wilts and that hope never dies. No matter how dim that light of hope can be, hope never dies. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and privilege to welcome you on behalf of the class of 2017.
District Administrator Brian Misfelt will now present the Distinguished Alumnus Award.
I guess I drew the short straw of having to speak after Nikki Deep. Don't expect it to be quite as good as that. So, I've lived in Antigo for about 10 years now, and I can honestly say, as a sports fan, one of the names I've heard time and time again is that of Joe Pascula. Joe Pascula is a 2002 Antigo High School graduate. During his time at Antigo High School, Joe served on student council, was his class's vice president, was a member of Spanish club, and was a 3-sport letter winner in track, football, and hockey. In 2001 and 2002, Joe was named first-team All-State by the Wisconsin Hockey Coaches Association. Additionally, in 2002, Joe was a member of Wisconsin's Midget AAA National Championship team and a finalist for Wisconsin's Mr. Hockey Award. After high school, Joe continued to pursue his passion for hockey, which began at age 3. In 2004, Joe was recruited to play for the Wisconsin Badgers. Joe was a key player on the 2006 NCAA National Championship team, and that same year won the Otto Breitenbach Award for the most improved player. In 2007, Joe chose to forego his remaining eligibility at UW-Madison and was signed to the National Hockey League's Los Angeles Kings. Joe made his NHL debut on March 23, 2007, against the Chicago Blackhawks. Joe has continued a career in professional hockey in the American Hockey League, where his leadership and character has been recognized by his teammates and coaches as he's been selected captain for the Abbotsford Heat, Milwaukee Admirals, and San Diego Gulls. Joe's talent and hard work on the ice have provided him with a unique opportunity to make a career out of his passion for hockey. More importantly, he has used the sport as a vehicle to educate himself and impact the lives of others. Joe began using hockey as a means to give back to the community very early on. In 2002, Joe was awarded the Mel Anderson Award by the Antigo Area Youth Hockey Association. The Mel Anderson Award is given to a skater who gives back to youth hockey and exemplifies character both on and off the ice. In 2007, Joe saw the opportunity to further give back to youth hockey in Antigo and started the Joe Pascula Summer Hockey Camp, which is designed to be economical and give skaters of all ages and backgrounds a chance to hone their skills in the summer. Additionally, in 2016, Joe organized Hockey for Hope, a brain cancer awareness event held in San Diego to raise money for Antigo's Dom Hilger family and provide funding for cancer research. Joe and his wife Lauren live in Stillwater, Minnesota, and have a lake home on Lake Wissota in Chippewa Falls. They enjoy outdoor activities, traveling, and spending time with their chocolate Labrador, Ted. Currently, Joe plays in the Swedish Hockey League and is in the process of working towards completing his bachelor's degree in agricultural business. In recognition of his commitment to the development of youth, using the sport of hockey to challenge the mind and body, while at the same time instilling the importance of character and sportsmanship at all levels of competition in life, it's my great privilege to introduce the 2017 Antigo High School Distinguished Alumnus, Mr. Joe Pascula.
Thank you. Hello, class of 2017. Good afternoon, parents, teachers, and family members. Thank you for being here to support these graduates as they prepare to leave the nest. Before I begin, I'd like to thank Brian for that kind introduction and give a huge thanks to the Board of Alumni for nominating me for this award. Most of all, I'd like to thank everyone that has had an impact in making me the person I am today. My wife, my parents, siblings, teammates, and fellow hockey families who are like family to me, my teachers, coaches, and the entire Antigo community. I have been so fortunate to have so many great people and mentors in my life to learn from, and I thank you all. When Principal Zamzow first contacted me about the award, I'll be honest, I didn't know that much about it, so I did some research. With no surprise, I found some amazing past recipients. To name a few, Maggie Turnbull, a cutting-edge astronomer who is searching for inhabitable planets; Marge Gibson, a world-renowned raptor rehabilitation specialist; Mary Herman, a teacher that has molded the minds of thousands of young people. I am honored to be joining such an accomplished list of alumni. After learning of more previous award winners' accomplishments, I couldn't help but think, I am only 32 years old and I play hockey. I play a game for a living. This is going to be a challenge to deliver a thoughtful and inspiring message like the previous winners of this award have. After a couple of hours procrastinating and maybe checking my Instagram and Snapchat a few too many times, I focused my attention back to finding my message. I realized what a cool and unique journey I have had since graduating from Antigo High School. It has been 15 years to the day since I sat in those exact seats where you graduates sit now. Every hockey season for the past 15 years, the majority of my teammates have ranged from 18 to 24 years old. Some older, of course, but most very young adults. Now, with 10 years of experience, I am considered an older guy in the world of hockey. As I become one of the experienced, my role has changed from being a student athlete at the University of Wisconsin to a young pro and now to a veteran leader. For nearly 5 years now, part of my role has been as a leader to mentor young people just like you as they try to find their way in their profession. But not in the way a parent, teacher, or coach mentors, but as a peer, as a friend, and over time, like a brother. This past hockey season, for example, my defensive partner in Sweden was 20 years old. He'd watch our dog, Ted. We'd pick each other up for hockey games. He would come over for dinner. I would make him some homemade Wisco-style mac and cheese to give him a little taste of where I come from, and he loved it, of course. But my point is, hockey has given me a great perspective on young people. It's a bit like the character in Dazed and Confused that Matthew McConaughey plays. I keep getting older and they stay the same age. If you haven't seen it, I apologize, but then you should. In all seriousness, I understand the world you live in and the challenges you face. My message to you today is to find your passion, and the only way I truly know how to find that is through self-awareness and getting to know yourself. Once you know yourself, you can develop your personal plan for success, and then help others to succeed too. This is definitely a lifelong work in progress. The level of self-awareness, awareness of others, and awareness of your impact on others is something that grows with you. I was not always so aware. During a game some years ago, I lacked the awareness to know that one of my teammates had been getting into little scuffles on the ice with an opposing player all game, and I really paid the price for it. I noticed the guy on the other team cross-check my team in front of the net, so I came over to help, not aware of the tension in the situation. The guy had been asking my teammate to fight all game, so when I came over, the guy immediately dropped his gloves and started fighting me, not my teammate. It was a wild and quick fight because he threw a quick punch that landed right between my eyes, breaking my nose and giving me a unibrow of about 8 stitches. The TV announcers said that I was bleeding on the ice like a stuck pig. So what I learned about myself, and I learned the hard way, was that my strength as a contributor to our team's success, was not in fighting. Shortly after that game, one of the best coaches I've had brought me into his office and said, "Do you know why you're a good leader? It's definitely not because you're a good fighter. But more importantly, you have the great awareness of every single person on your team, how they are playing, how they are fitting into the team, how they are managing their lives away from the hockey rink." His advice really resonated with me and taught me a valuable lesson about myself. Once I bettered my own self-awareness and had the awareness of my teammates on a deeper level, I then had the ability to bring it all together and create success for the team. I hope your journey doesn't leave a physical scar like mine, but I'm sure you'll have your own scars that define you. Take time away from your phones, your computers, to think about things that are going on in your life and in the world you live in. When you have a better understanding of who you are in the present, you'll have a more clear picture of who you want to become in the future. Search for your passion. Read books, talk to people, listen to podcasts, and find things that interest you. In closing, the reason I am here today is because I've been fortunate to use my passion, hockey, as a vehicle to create success for myself and now pay it forward by giving back. Self-awareness is a skill that allows you to get to know yourself and the impact on those around you. When you take the time to get to know who you are on a deeper level, you are able to set goals, evaluate yourself, learn from mistakes, determine who you want to be in the future, and help others along the way. To the class of 2017, I wish you all the luck, and thank you.
Senior choir members and members of Canto Voce will now perform Make Them Hear You. This year's Salutatorian is Cole Johnson. Please welcome Cole to the stage.
Good afternoon. I would like to start off by sharing a story I saw on Facebook by a motivational speaker that I believe holds a very important message about life. Once upon a time, there was a rich industrialist from the north who was horrified to see a southern fisherman lying leisurely in his boat. "Why aren't you fishing?" asked the industrialist. "Because I have caught enough fish for the day," said the fisherman. "Why don't you catch some more? You could earn more money to fix the motor on your boat, go into deeper waters, and catch more fish. Then you would make enough money to buy nylon nets. These could bring you more fish and more money. Soon, you will have enough money to buy 2 boats, maybe even a whole fleet of boats. And then you would be a rich man like me." "What would I do then?" asked the fisherman. "Then you can finally enjoy life," said the industrialist. "Sir, what do you think I'm doing right now?" said the fisherman. There's an easy way to make sure that your life is unfulfilling. It's making it your main goal to acquire as much stuff as possible, whether that be money, the newest pieces of technology, or the most followers on Instagram. It's written in a good book I know of by an author named Mark. What good is it for a man to gain the whole world yet forfeit his soul? In other words, the real goal that you should be pursuing, whether you're going to college or the workforce or into the military, is to make sure that you'll be happy. Make sure that your life means something. Make sure that you don't wake up every morning hating yourself only because you want to fulfill someone's expectations of you. Find out what you're good at and what you like to do. And if you can find a way to get paid to do that, then do it. Also, don't be afraid to pursue faith. Ask yourself, why am I here? That's how you find out what the meaning of your life is. Wherever you derive your faith from, you won't know the strength of it until you're tested. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, "First they'll ignore you, then they'll laugh at you, then they'll fight you, and then you win." You won't go through life without facing trials, but today is the day that you discover the kind of person you will be for the rest of your life. So don't get discouraged when something sets you back. Thomas Edison found 10,000 ways that didn't result in a working light bulb, but he kept trying until he succeeded. You may be confused by life's difficulties. Are they signs to see how long you can go on, or to see if you should just give up? But as long as you keep your faith strong in your hearts, you'll find your way. Maintain that self-loving mentality of the fisherman from the story, and you can enjoy life by being satisfied by what you have, and that would be enough, because that's all you really need. And thank you for your time, because by now, I'm sure you've all had enough. God bless.
Emily Wald, this year's valedictorian, will now address the class.
Good afternoon, everyone. We all have different feelings about graduation. Some of us are excited, some of us are scared. Some, like me, don't realize that we're actually done with high school yet. While the future is bright for each and every one of you, the past is something we can always look back on and cherish. So I thought I would take us on a trip down memory lane. In elementary school, we had the pleasure of taking naps. Although I know I didn't utilize this then, I could really use a nap time now. Then there was recess. The River Grove and Spring Valley alum will remember the beloved toe tokens. This is where you had to walk a mile, and once you did, you could choose a colorful token in the shape of a foot that would go on your shoelace. Another couple of favorite recess games included man on wood chips, foursquare, and of course, jumping rope. At gym class, the best days ever were the ones where we played medic. Medic was a glorified version of dodgeball that allowed you to be saved by one person, but once the medic got hit, the game was over. On the academic spectrum of elementary school was accelerated reader. The only way they could get us to read was by bribing us with fun pizza parties. You can't forget the Healy phase either, especially since some people thought it'd be a great idea to bring them back this year. Elementary school holds many memories, but my favorite is being part of the undefeated season of 5th grade basketball at North Elementary. We had quite the team and were coached by the amazing Mr. Alex Kohler. As all good things come to an end, we moved on to middle school. Middle school brought on a whole new scheme of things. For the first time, we switched classrooms, and we had our first taste of freedom. In this time, the silly band craze was beginning. The fun-shaped bracelets that looked like animals or even words. And you can't forget the incentive trips to Brule and Mount Olympus. Missing school and hanging out with friends without constant supervision was just what our middle school selves wanted. But of course, you couldn't go on those trips if you had too many demerits. Getting written up meant you could possibly have to serve lunch detention, and if you received too many, even an in-school suspension. This was a difficult time for us as cell phones were getting popular. The classic flip phones and iPhones were making their way into our hands, and we couldn't stay off of them. Even today, some of us still can't part from our phones for the length of a class period. Then there was the Lincoln movie field trip. I think this is where we were really given the title as the class. As 8th graders, the whole class went to the movie theater to watch Lincoln, which is a very long movie about history. This really didn't mix well with our 8th grade selves, and still probably not today. Many students left that movie with demerits written to their name. After that point, we weren't exactly given many opportunities to leave the school. As we transitioned on to high school, our top dog life as 8th graders quickly dwindled back down to the bottom of the food chain, but we continued our reputation of the class among the transition. High school. Some say it's the best 4 years of your life, but I'm not so sure about that. I mean, in elementary school, we had nap time, coloring for homework, and we got recess. Freshman year started out great, especially at Fridays at lunch when they still had good cookies available for us. High school offered many new activities and clubs. We had the opportunity to get out of school to go on field trips, like going to Six Flags. There was homecoming week, and when I think of homecoming, I think of how our class held the winning float title all 4 years. And no matter where we go in life, just remember, if you meet a Rhinelander Hodag, you can kindly remind them that we have the bow. My final memory to share with you, and is one of my favorite, and it might be one of yours too, is making the trip down to Madison to support the boys hockey team when they made it to state. As I think of how our community came together and traveled so far to show their Antigo spirit. Thank you to all the teachers and staff who have helped us reach graduation. We couldn't have done it without the countless hours you spent preparing lesson plans, offering extra help, and dealing with us even on our worst days. Thank you to our families for dealing with our complaints, making sure we got to school, and for simply helping us reach graduation. To my classmates, I wish you the best of luck on your future endeavors. We're all starting a new chapter in our lives, but regardless of where you go or what you do, take pride in the last chapter we've had together. Thank you.
Cole Johnson, would you please step forward? I asked Emily to stay up for a minute while I read a welcome. My name is Tom Zamzo. I'm principal of Antigo High School, and you may have noticed that Bradley Weston is our Master of Ceremony. That's a tradition here at Antigo High School that the junior class president fills that spot during this ceremony. So how about a round of applause for Bradley? He's doing a good job. I personally would like to extend a welcome to our families and visitors who are with us today. I'd like to thank Mr. Pascula for joining us today. Congratulations on the Distinguished Alumnus Award. Your message was very inspiring and insightful. I also want to thank the members of the school board who are with us today and our superintendent, Mr. Misfelt. I'd also like to thank Janet Krivishine and all the volunteers who are here today, serving as ushers and responsible for other responsibilities. Today's ceremony can be viewed live on our school YouTube channel. If you happen to have friends and relatives who could not make this ceremony, they can find that at AHS Media Productions. AHS Media Productions. At this time, I have the privilege of presenting our Golden A Award. This award is determined based on cumulative GPA over the past 4 years of high school. Our Golden A Award recipients for the class of 2017 are our Salutatorian Cole Johnson and Valedictorian Emily Wald. You can return to your seats.
Tommy Blink, NHS President, will now introduce the National Honor Society members.
Good afternoon. My name is Tommy Blink, and I am the current president of National Honor Society. All members have completed at least 15 hours of volunteering and have maintained a cumulative GPA of at least 3.75. The National Honor Society is consisted of the 4 pillars of scholarship, service, leadership, and character. As I read off each individual member, I ask that they stand up. Please hold all applause until the end. Matthew Arndt, Larissa Belot, Molly Brown, Nikita Deep, William Dixon, Maggie Gallenberg, Christy Hohensee, Tyler Husnick, Cole Johnson, Carly Kimberling, Allison Kanzila, Justin Kazarik, Abigail Lurson, Mitchell Schrepfer, Drew Schwartz, Grace Tews, Hunter Tyson, Andrew Turnen, Lily Wagner, Emily Wald, Teresa Webb, Ariane Zimmerman, and Olivia Zern. These are your 2017 NHS members.
Mrs. Smith, Dean of Students, will now introduce the top quarter of the class.
It is my honor to introduce to you the top 25% of the class of 2017. Dedication, focus, motivation, organization, strong work ethic, self-advocacy, and support are just a few of the characteristics that these students have demonstrated over the years. You have overcome obstacles and distractions. You put in the extra effort when the going got tough. Teachers, administration, family, and friends all want to congratulate you on your academic success. When I announce your name, please stand. I ask the audience to please hold your applause until the end, and we'll congratulate them together. Emily Wald, Cole Johnson, Grace Tews, Callie Olick, Christy Hohensee, Mitchell Schrepfer, Andrew Turnen, Maggie Gallenberg, Carly Kimberling, Larissa Belot, Nikita Deep, Abigail Lurson, William Dixon, Hunter Tyson, Trent Pavick, Olivia Zern, Teresa Webb, Molly Brown, Ariane Zimmerman, Thomas Blink, Matthew Arndt, Drew Schwartz, Samantha Schessler, Tyler Husnick, Alexis Novi, Justin Kazarik, Lily Wagner, Luke Berner, Allison Kanzila, Colin Minert, Phoebe Mock, Elizabeth Geiger, Katie Stensberg, Gwendolyn Saha, Olivia Wykes, Michelle Umlin, Benjamin Barletti, Jesse Schreiner, Michael Smith, Paige Steemack, Morgan Cunningham, Lane Schultz, Jacob Waters, Brennan Brown, Haley Kolpak, Victoria Andrews, and Lexi Clement.
At this time, we will have the presentation of diplomas. Testing. Dakota Paul Adams. Victoria Andrews. Jared Antone. Katrina Archer. Matthew Arndt. Dane Eros. Lily Wagner. Olivia J. Wykes. Phoebe Mock. Nikita Sarah Deep. Megan Arrowwood. Nicholas Arrowwood. Callie Aulick. Ryland Baker. Garrett Bayless. Benjamin J. Bartletti. Alex Basilier. Emily Bastel. Larissa Belot. Luke Berner. Bailey Bessert. Lonnie Bierman. Brianna Black. Thomas Blink. Darren Boyd. Colton Brando. Zoe Rose Brockman. Brennan Alexander Brown. Mika Lynn Brown. Mariah Lorraine Brown. Molly Brown. Robert Brown. Alex Bula. Colin Burkhart. Brandon Burkhart. Braden. Tasha Marie Bushy. Quan Bushy. Gwendolyn Saha. Victoria Carlson. Hunter Cornelius. Morgan Beth Cunningham. Sheila Ray DeVerney. Will Dixon. Shannon Taylor Doring. Carpio. Spencer James Carpio Fertanti. Thanks.
Great try. Congrats, man.
Abigail C. Fleischman. Maggie Lynn Gallenberg. Roman Geigen.
Way to go, Roman.
Elizabeth Ray Geiger. Adriana Gonzalez. Nicholas Grabowski. Camry Grant. Madeline Gray. Santana Harkleroad. Jordan Irene Hartman. Michaela Ann Herman. Drew Hohensee. Christy Lee Hohensee. John Holbrook. Christian Hornbuckle. Aaron Hodek. Kaylee Howard. Michael J. Huguenin. Cheyenne Hall. Tyler P. Husnick. Hunter Daniel Eigel. Emily Suzanne Jacobson. Ben Yankee. Jesse Jankowski. Lily Rain Jensen. Cole Johnson. Samantha A. Johnson. Alexander Kane. Tyler Kane. Keaton Kemmer. Hunter Kennedy. Carly Marie Kimberling. No, you can come up. Yeah, that's good. Hunter Kirsch. Lexi Ann Clemens. Jonah Keppel. Haley Kolpak. Allison Kanzila. Justin Kazarek. Misha Krakova. Hannah Lawton. Kayla Long. Abigail Kathleen Larson. Stephen Matt Miller. Caitlin Matichewski. Caleb McAdams. Yep. Colin Meinert.
Morgan Merritt. Richard Messer. Zachary Carl Messer. Janie Elaine Moore. Katie Morris. Christian Mueller Ackley. Emily Monroe. Presley Nicholson. Yasmina Nieves. Billy Novak. Devin Novitsky. Alexis Lee Novi. Yep. Nicholas Alexander Oreskovic. Brett Michael Packard. Amber M. Pavic. Trent John Pavic. Dominic Pluger. Colby Jameson Powell. Colton Thomas Powell. Emily Prince. Alexis Prindle. Nathan Racine. Robbie Resch. Help me with your last name. Thanks, Cole. Cole Rickert. Kimberly Robertson. Jesse Robinson. Allison Shaw. Colin Shuttlebauer. Kaylee Ray Schroeder. Mitchell Schretfer. Samantha Schessler. Lane M. Schultz. Drew Schwartz. Cole Smith. Michael Smith. Jackson Smits. Preston Allen Dion Smith. Rochelle Spencer. Jeffrey Spragler. Richard Stankowski III. Marcus Stern. Paige Steemack. Darren DeLu Strutz.
There we go.
Kim Swan.
There we go. Thank you.
Miranda Marie Temple. Grace Zamay Tews. Hunter Tyson.
Don't? Okay.
Andrew Turnin. Michelle Rose Umlin.
You got it.
Holly Van Price. David Vasquez. Blade Volpe. Dakota Voris. Mitchell Wagner. Emily Wald. Jake Waters. Teresa Webb.
Dylan, hold on that bottom step.
Luke Went.
Hold on that bottom step.
Dylan West. Cassie White. Brett Wilhelm. Hunter Thomas Williams. Rajay Williams. Caitlin Sue Werdinger. Jackie Zamora. Hannah Grace Zeborowski. Justin J.Z. Zandanowicz. Mickey Joe Zima. Suzanne Eileen Zimmerman. Olivia Zern. Caleb Rahat. Riley Christopher Zahn. Victoria Best. Caleb Joseph Shepard. Angelina Cobbs. Brett Marvin Ingram.
Could the graduates please rise and class officers step forward? I am pleased to announce that all students present have satisfied the standards and requirements for the Antigo High School diploma. Congratulations to the class of 2017.